Ah, magnificent Paris. Menelaus of Sparta is devoured by rage after you eloped with his wife, Helen.
Paris of Troy must pay!
War will surely follow. As you sail homewards with Helen, away from the turbulent clouds gathering in the west, you consider the reaction of your brother, Hector.
Brother, your foolish passion has doomed us.
You rule over Troad from your mighty citadel, where fair Helen can gaze out over the wine-dark sea. The rich eastern lands are beyond the reach of the Achaeans. Your brother Hector guards Troy's approaches. On the southern coast of Troad, an Aeolian king has secured a foothold on Trojan soil and now awaits Achaean reinforcements. This dangerous invader ravages the land from his base on Lesbos. In the north, the Pelasgian stronghold could be a useful ally. On the nearby western islands, your god-touched brother Troilos protects the coast in the name of your father, King Priam. Your kinsman Aeneas holds the Hellespont for Troy.
Fear not, noble cousins. I stand with you.
Hold on to your love for your father, your family, and your wife. Draw on that strength to repel the enemies of Troy.
Hello, MonstersAbound here, and welcome back to Total War Troy. This time with Paris. No, not the capital of France, but the man, the myth, the legend, who ended up destroying his own civilization simply because he could not keep it in his pants. It's Paris.
Paris of Troy.
Exactly, Paris of Troy, Prince Paris, as played by Orlando Bloom. And he has stolen fair Helen away and nipped back home for a bit of How's Your Father. If my wife was stolen away by Orlando Bloom, I would certainly be miffed about it, and no mistake. I'd get right on with writing a strongly worded letter containing such things as how do you work the TV remote and can I tumble dry that jumper that I like. I actually asked my wife if she'd go with Orlando Bloom if he turned up and promised to take her off to a distant city-state, and she only had to think about it for 5 minutes before she said yes, but only for a couple of weeks' holiday and then she'd be back, which is fair enough. I reckon if Bloom stole me away, he'd probably kick me off the boat halfway there because I'd be whispering, "What do your elf eyes see?" in his ear every 30 seconds. If Jason Momoa turned up, though, sploosh. Am I right, guys? I am right. Okay, so a little bit different from Menelaus. Thank you, Homer. No, go away. I don't want to listen. Go on, back. Go on, chew. Bloody Homer keeps turning up and trying to talk epics at me. Fuck knows. Okay, so
Prince Paris.
There he is. He's a little bit different from Menelaus. I mean, one, he's obviously pretty focused on sort of the range fighting. His special units include things like Trojan nobles, which are superior bow infantry. You've got Trojan princes as well, and you've got Trojan noble chariots, I want to say, and then you've got quite a strong front line in the Trojan champions. So basically, you can do a good old sort of like front line and archer sort of combo there, and that's going to work out quite well for him. And he's also got a couple of each faction basically seems like they have two sort of mechanics that are theirs and theirs alone. Although I do believe Paris shares one with his brother Hector. So we've got Priam's heir. So this one here is basically we're competing with our brother Hector to be like the heir of Troy, basically. So obviously Hector is our older brother, so technically he should get it. But we're kind of competing with him, and by doing certain things, we're gonna please Daddy. So we're all about pleasing Daddy, and you do things like defeating Achaean heroes in battle. Every province producing 400 or more food is going to give you some Priam bonuses. You can give them gold as well, so you can give gold to Troy, and that's going to give. And basically, as you hit each of these bonuses, so I think there's 1, 2, and 3, and then finally 400 to become the heir of Troy. You get certain bonuses for doing this, and will give your faction leader basically a trait which obviously then the other faction leader can't get. So if Paris gets it, Hector can't get it, and vice versa. But you've also got ways you can undermine, because obviously, you don't necessarily want if Hector's getting quite close to hitting that top rank, you might be like, let's accuse him of greed, or accuse him of weakness, or pull a rank. And there's different requirements for doing that, and it will reduce his Priam points. That's what I'm calling it, Priam points. It'll just reduce them a little bit and help you get one over on him. So all that kind of good stuff. The other thing we've got is the love of Helen. So Helen, my love, there she is. Weird eyes, but then they've all got weird eyes. And basically, Helen's happiness gives you faction bonuses. So if Helen is happy, then basically all your provinces will get 10 happiness and 45 growth for, I believe, whichever province that Helen is actually in at that point. And you can actually see Helen is currently down here, because you've got a little Helen icon. And that's where Helen is. And what you can do is actually move her around by organising feasts or doing various other things. So you can send invitations for her to join a particular settlement. That'll move her around the map and allow you to buff up your provinces. Also, Paris is also affected by Helen. So basically, if he's not spent a turn with Helen in a settlement for a little while, then his mood will drop down to gloomy, and then lonely, and finally furious. Although I think that's when... So basically, I think furious is when Helen has been captured by another faction. And if you then recapture her, then you get heroic, which is... So basically, there's basically... You can drop from happy, which gives you quite nice upkeep reduction, down to lonely, which is going to reduce the morale of all your units. But if she does get captured, then obviously you get quite large bonuses. So in some cases, it might be quite a good idea to maybe bait the enemy army into maybe taking the settlement she's in and then just fucking them up, potentially. It's an option, right? It's an option. So we've got some quests, and that's... Yeah, we all know what quests are, though. Yeah, that's fine. There's
Helen's beloved.
Yeah, exactly. There's Paris there. He starts... If we can have a look at Paris's character details. So he's got a lineage, he's a Homeric character, he's an epic hero, and he's currently happy. Good for him. And skill-wise, he's going to be buffing up your sort of missile units, all that kind of good stuff. He is the archetype, which starts with a bow. So we can actually have a quick look at the recruited heroes. So you can see we've got defenders, archers, fighters, and they all have different traits depending on what you want to do. And actually recruiting a different general is you have this sort of motivation. And much like... It's like the vampire leaders, they have loyalty, don't they? And they have their loyalty goes up or down depending on certain things they do. And much like the vampirates, these guys have got a similar mechanic where, for example, Pandaros here, he will get motivation after so if Aphrodite is respected by your faction, he'll get motivation. If hero ends turn in an owned province with positive populace, then he'll gain motivation. But if he kills captives, he loses it. And if he sacks raiders, so basically he doesn't like killing people, which is a bit of a downer, to be honest. Pandaros, I probably wouldn't pick you. So Paris is the archer archetype. Let's. And as such, he gets all sorts of the bow abilities. He starts off with a bow. He can shoot people with a bow. It's pretty effective shooting people with a bow. It's fine. And we start off sort of on this side of the map. We can actually say there's Troy. There's Troy itself, Temple of Athena. You've got the Royal Barracks, shelters, ship stands. There's Troy, the capital city. 27 gold a turn. Immune to enemy agent actions. Huge garrison. Holy shit! Look at the size of that garrison. Ooh, that's a big garrison. So lots of fearless swordsmen, Hector's chosen, Trojan princes, Trojan noble chariots. It's basically you don't want to be messing with Troy early on. You're going to need quite an elite army to take that city, especially because, of course, as we've seen in the previous video, taking walled settlements is not particularly easy because your choices for actually laying siege are fairly limited. Basically, you're going to have to just slam yourself up against the wall and fight your way through the gate, and that's not that easy in Total War Troy. So to try and fight your way into Troy early on in the game, you're going to struggle, if not find it basically impossible. So we start off with in true Total War fashion, a little enemy army nearby that we can murder. There's also a little farm over here. I'm tempted to maybe go for this one, but I think Hector's quite nearby, so I think he can probably reach it before we can, which is a bit of a shame. But we can reach this wood down here, which is probably quite important. So we should probably go down and bop this jerk first. No god is on our side. Shame. There's just a bunch of militia. This is actually going to be a lot easier than our first Menelaus battle, because let's face it, the army's trash. We could probably auto-resolve it, but first battle of the campaign, or video anyway, so it's a bit moist, but it's fine. It's fine. So we've got a couple of militia warbands. Just got little teeny little shields, ickle shields and spears, and then we've got some just guys just carrying clubs. Just sure, I mean, you know, that's tunics and clubs. That seems fine. And then of course over here we've got our Trojan nobles. So these guys actually wearing some armor, got bows. Even though bows were considered a woman's weapon, because of course you weren't going to be stabbing someone in the face, you're going to be shooting them from long range. But frankly, that's my preferred way of killing people, at range, away from where they can stab me in the face. And there's Paris himself, just plinking his bow. He can actually do quite a lot of damage, take out quite a few people in one shot. So we've got some enemy militia coming through the wheat fields here. Very gladiator of them. Hitting the militia warbands. But what we can do is actually bring our Trojan nobles around the flank and get some good shots. They can actually fire on the move. They're like wood elves, basically. They can fire on the move. And we massively outnumber this enemy army. It's not going to be particularly tricky. Trojan warriors, which have a fairly good melee attack. Not bad melee defense. I mean, alright, the melee defense isn't great. Their damage is okay. They're chaff, basically. They're chargy chaff. We can just get them around behind the enemy units, hit them in the rear. And that's going to get some work done over there. And you can see these guys.
Victory is close enough to taste.
Indeed it is. Raining arrows down that militia and just wiping them out, along with our guys as well, because of course we are shooting our own people. But you know, they shouldn't get in the way of arrows. To be honest, that's their own fault, in my opinion.
Warriors are losing heart.
And this militia unit has broken as well. Both broken. Good for them. We chased them down. There we go. So it's just the enemy general left to kill. This guy over here. He's a skirmisher, so he's got a bow just like Paris, and a nice little hat. And he's going to be plinking away. He's got 42 kills already. 47 kills. So you can kill quite a few people. With the skirmisher hero, they're actually quite nasty, except for killing other heroes, because, I mean, to be fair, heroes don't do particularly well against each other anyway. It's a bit of a struggle to actually kill enemy heroes, I find, and your heroes are pretty resilient.
Is under attack.
So we're just going to, you know, chuck arrows at him. And Paris's arrows apparently are super powerful, so they knock him to the ground. He's got quite a few arrows currently embedded in his face, which I don't think is probably good for you. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's got one or two. One through his arm. Just gets knocked to his... I like the way he just gets knocked to his arse. He's got so many arrows in him. Oh dear. Oh, mate. It's not going very well, is it? You are losing health. You are taking quite a beating. You haven't killed... I mean, it's just arrows through your neck. Enemy unit is actually returning to the fights very, very briefly, because as soon as my Trojan nobles spot them and decide to concentrate their fight... I mean, these guys do actually have bigger shields, so I guess they're slightly more missile resistant. But then they instantly break as soon as arrows start flying in the direction, so that didn't work very well. And finally, the enemy hero... There he goes, knocked on his ass once again, and he's had enough of being shot at with arrows. Oh dear. Come on, Paris. I feel like I probably shouldn't have got the shoulder barge there, considering how handily we won that, but fair enough. Let's say the replenishment. let's do that.
Fame at last.
Exactly. So we've got defeat the army there, got some more food, all that kind of good stuff. Maintain a bunch of units, can do. Let's just go and grab this by colonizing it. Now, of course, because we don't have Menelaus' ability to colonize things without losing all of our army, you can see our army is now fucked, effectively. It is super fucked. And, which isn't great. It's going to take us a few turns to recover from that. Of course, we've got the Royal Decrees here. I like going for food first because we start off with wood, which we do kind of need, so we'll go with that. And our next objective is to come down here. So this island here, Island of Lesbos, is a 3-province one, but the capital is owned by this jerk over here, who is actually quite likes us. And
will get a sympathetic hearing from me.
Good. And we start off with military access. Now, we can't cancel that right away because we need to wait 5 turns. And then once we've cancelled that, we need to wait a further 10 turns. However, in my opinion, it's a probably, I would say, as soon as you can, cancel that military access, and then as soon as you can, declare war on him without trashing your own reputation. Because, for some reason, Daddy, really, like, occasionally he'll, like, send you a mission. He'll be like, oh, Paris, I want you to find a badger and paint it purple. And you'll be like, Dad, I don't understand why you want me to do that. And he's like, well, I'm a king, just go and fucking do it, and I'll give you some points over your brother. I'll give you some Priam points. It's just like fucking gold stars that he hands out. So you're like, okay, fine, I'll find it. The number of times he's been like, I want you to kill that dickhead. And I'm like, but Dad, we're like allies? And he's like, I don't care. I do not give a shit. Right, I want you to murder him. So I would put, and plus it'll give you another province. So personally, I'd say like instantly drop that, like drop it like it's hot, and just murder him the first chance you get. Plus the fact he's got harpies. All these provinces here have harpies, so you can get 2 harpies here, 2 harpies here, another 2 harpies here, and also 2 harpy fiends, because of course this will be the provincial capital. You know how I like my harpies. Oh yes. Oh yes indeedy. Yeah, I know. Let's get some axemen. We'll get an axeman, and we'll get some militia warband, because, well, that's fine, isn't it? It's alright. I'll do the job. And we'll upgrade our forest village. You can upgrade. So basically, Paris gets a special building called Helen's Palace, or Helen's House, or whatever the fuck it is, Helen's House, and you can upgrade to Helen's Gardens, and eventually Helen's Palace. So, like, first you get a house, and then you just get to the gardens. You're like, no, we're going to level a house. We're going to build a lovely privet hedge around this. It's going to look fantastic. And then finally, like, okay, you can have both. You can have a house and the gardens at the same time. I mean, you know what property prices are like those days. And basically what that is going to do is it's going to make it very, very cheap to organise a feast for Helen, because feasts require a certain amount of resources. It's also going to give you influence and growth, and also some campaign movement range. It's also going to cost, some resources to build. Now, I guess you probably want one of these in every province so that you can just move Helen around, like, freely. Would be my guess. I mean, you kind of want to keep both Paris and Helen fairly close. That does mean, which is interestingly, that Helen is always going to be at a fair amount of risk, because Paris is your most sort of like highly leveled lord, because he's your faction leader, and as such you're always going to want him close to the front. And because if you don't shack him up with Helen from time to time, he throws a paddy. So you're always going to have Helen fairly close to your front lines, which means she's always going to be in a little bit of danger, which is actually a really interesting take, I think. I think that's awesome. I think that's a really good mechanic. I think that works really well. I'm fairly sure they probably didn't plan it like that. It might have just like slotted into place. I'm fairly sure they didn't plan it like that. They could have well done, but it works quite nicely in that she is in danger, and then Paris has to be kind of on the front lines. So that's quite good. And we're going to grab fire while moving. Do I like fire while moving or damage resistance and speed? How long was that for? 30 seconds with a 90-second cooldown. Yeah, let's cheat Hades. Suck a dick, Hades. Suck a dick. And again, just the map. So pretty. And you know what? Something we haven't actually looked at is victory conditions, have we? We which is probably something we should do because it's probably quite important. How do we see objectives? Here we go. Here we go. So, for the Homeric victory, we need to complete the steps of our hero's personal mission, which we will do. We also need to make sure the following factions are destroyed. So we need to destroy Messini, Ithaca, and Sparta. I mean, destroying Ithaca is going to be quite tricky, considering they're like over here somewhere. You know, that's still quite a way to go. We need to have at least 210 favour with Aphrodite, because of course Aphrodite is who Paris gave the Apple of Discord to, and it was his sort of like patron goddess, I guess. And defeat your first antagonist faction. Now the antagonist faction, I've not reached it because obviously that's sort of a late game thing. But basically, I believe that depending on which side you pick, either Troy or the Greeks, when you reach a certain like threshold of power, then basically one faction on the opposing side will be named as your sort of like antagonist, and they're going to be like I think they get bonuses to like confederating and allying and all that kind of stuff. So basically, they become like a main faction that's going to be fighting you. And I don't know if, like I said, like a sets faction it will be. I don't know if it will be like Hector every time or Paris every time or what goes on there. Whether it will just be the strongest faction on the opposing side. But that's a really interesting sort of like way of doing it, because that's actually it's going to like give you an opponent to fight, but without it being the same thing every single time. I hope. So I'm kind of interested to see how that pans out. Obviously, with only 40 turns to play, I don't think anyone's ever reached that point. You'd have to expand pretty quick to get there. I don't think that's even possible in 40 turns. Okay, so basically we're going to be skipping a few turns, heading down here, and conquering all these things. However, because obviously time is limited, I'm actually going to jump forward a few turns into a different campaign that I've been playing in a similar way, and we're going to get a little bit further into the campaign and see what that's like. Okay, so here we are, a little bit ahead, and we've captured the two settlements on Lesbos. We've got some stone coming in, we've got some bronze coming in, we've got food and wood, but currently no gold. So we probably want to try and find a source of that ASAP, and it just so happens there is a source of that over here, and Hector declared war on these guys, and because I'm a military alliance with my brother, who's a bit of a dick, let's be honest. I mean, he's so overbearing. He's all like, oh, look at me, I'm so fucking know-it-all, and I'm a proper prince, and all that bollocks. Oh, what a jerk. So anyway, we've been kicking his ass in the old Priam points. Look at this. Oh yes, Daddy loves us more than he loves Hector. Suck a dick, Hector. That's right, 42 to 29 Priam points. There we go. Eat it. And we've actually got a bit of an army here. So we've got some axemen, we've got some good front line, we've got some militia warband, we've got a couple of Trojan warriors there, a couple of Trojan. I've picked up some more archers as well, and we're actually picking up some harpies and another militia warband as well. Harpies, so good. So good. And I'd like to get more, but we just don't have the resources for it at the moment. In fact, I think it's going to take gold, isn't it? Is it gold it needs? Hang on. There we go. Gold. Yes, we need 50 gold, and we currently have no gold. We have no gold income, so we need gold income. And as I said, there's like a nice little gold mine over here, which we're going to go grab. And I haven't killed this guy because I haven't.
Much to discuss.
Yes. I mean, yeah. Eat it, basically, because at some point I'm going to go over there and I'm going to kick the shit out of you. I'm going to take that and I'm going to get some harpies, and it's going to be great. Because frankly, I don't know why you exist there. I don't like you, so you're going to die. And we've also, got some skill points for old Paris there, so it's all pretty good. I also should note, and I quite like this, if we have a look at his equipment, he's actually got the Apple of Discord in his. He starts off with the Apple of Discord. It gives him 5 Aphrodite favor per turn, which basically, I believe, cuts. So if we have a look at the divine will here, so I believe if we have a look at Aphrodite, so we're actually getting 5 resource per turn, but the fact the decay is 10 per turn. So trying to get that up, it'll cut the amount we're reduced by half, but it's not really going to. It gives us a hand, right? It means that it's easier for Paris to keep his Aphrodite faction up, which is all good. We've also picked up the Paris leopard skins. That's his item he starts off with. We picked up a heavy helm and also a Petasos which often worn in combination with a Calemius cape. This wide-brimmed Thessalian hat of straw, felt or leather is essential wear in the scorching midday sun on campaign. It's going to increase his motivation and happiness in the local province. I mean, motivation, because Paris is a faction leader, he doesn't have motivation, but it's fine. It is what it is, and we've been building up some stuff here. I'm tempted to actually knock down Helen's house because she doesn't live there anymore, and frankly, yeah, let's knock it down. She doesn't need it. And we've got a watchtower here, which I'm kind of like, do we need this? It is giving us the Axeman recruitment, and at some point we're probably going to recruit another army. Okay, let's hold off. Let's just end the turn, and we're going to see Hector going to do some stuff. I'm just going to speed that up because, yeah, he's at war with a few people and is kicking our asses, basically. Not a problem for him. Of course, we are playing on normal difficulty because that's the only difficulty we had access to in this build. Priam says, you can see Priam's benevolence towards your brother has changed by 2. Blah, rubbish. And apparently he's getting narked with us because our Apollo favour is dropping. But to be honest, I kind of thought that would happen. And we've actually moved Helen over here so that she and Paris can get it on. And that's going to keep Paris happy and keep my upkeep reduced, which is pretty much what I only thing I really care about. So there is an army here, which is a bit of a problem.
That's beyond me.
It's Pandaros. Oh.
Shall we?
Let's. Okay, so we're going to take this gold mine. So we've got a settlement battle, but also some reinforcements coming in as well. Oh, spicy. So we're going to fight this one. And get us a gold mine. It's another wet one for poor Paris. And this is the enemy reinforcements coming into the battle. We've set up to engage them right away. We've got a front line of axemen, basically our reasonably good infantry to kind of keep them in a nice big line, while our archers kind of sit behind. I forgot to turn skirmish off of them, which was not the best idea. We've got some Trojan warriors coming around the flank, and there's our harpies. Little harpies there, who are a great unit. Love the harpies. Absolutely fantastic. Paris is on the flank as well, and you can see there's a big old blob of enemy units now, just sort of like trying to fight their way through the axemen towards the city. And there's the city. It's got a nice little like river here. It looks pretty good. There's every settlement I've seen is different so far. I don't know if there are if it does get reused. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. But so far I've seen a lot of different types of settlement battles. I don't think I've fought the same settlement style without it being the same settlement. So I've got quite high hopes that there might be quite a few different maps. So the garrison defenders coming out to try and link up with the reinforcements, but it's not going very well for them. And our harpies have now managed to flank around behind the enemy units and are now just unloading javelins into their rear. It's absolute carnage. You can see all the units being hit are being demoralised because the harpies have like a demoralising javelin shots, so they all get reduction in the morale, and you can see they're now starting to rout. So it's been a bit of carnage here, to be honest. Where's the harpies? There they are. 34 kills on one, 20 kills on the other. They're now running down these defenders because of course they are fast infantry, so they can really get, and they got really good stats as well. They got 35 melee attack. So they can really get in amongst those units and do some good damage against them as well. Chase them down, chuck javelins at them, all good. Now our units are moving in to deal with the garrison defenders. We are accidentally throwing some of our archers into combat. That's not ideal. The Trojan nobles, actually their stats aren't too bad, and the Trojan princes, which is sort of the upgraded version, they're actually really good melee infantry. I mean, obviously you don't want to use them as melee infantry, but should you need to, you can throw them into combat and they'll do surprisingly well. Axemen charging in against the renowned swordsman.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Nah, they're all right. Don't worry about them. And we've got this enemy general running around, and I don't really know what to do about him because Paris isn't very good at shooting them to death, and they can just hack their way through most units. So I'm just kind of going to ignore him. Basically, I'm going to ignore him while Our Harpies and other fast-moving units hunt down the enemy infantry. I mean, 86, 87, 90 kills on the Harpies there. 71 kills. They're just chasing them down, hacking down anyone they can find fleeing. And pretty much all of the reinforcements now broken, apart from, of course, their general, who we're sort of struggling to deal with, but never mind. Archers forming up just in case we need them, but to be honest, this looks like a foregone conclusion.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Just need to deal with the swordsmen and renowned swordsmen, and of course the two enemy generals who are making quite the mess of our axemen. Our infantry's trash, to be honest. We do not have particularly good infantry. I should probably be building up my my army a little bit, but I've just kind of got all the archers, and I find that Paris is kind of like playing Skaven. You kind of throw your infantry in and then just shoot the enemy to death. And if you kill your own melee infantry, then oh well. You can always get more. No biggie. Harpies just finishing off these light skirmishers. No match against the Harpies. Chopping them down. Chopping them down. And over here, some enemy archers.
Your warriors have been routed.
There we go. Getting in there. And looks like we've managed to rout most of the enemy infantry. In fact, I think we've managed to kind of like come around behind them, but our front line retreated. But that's okay, because now we can just shoot them in the rear. And that's surprisingly effective. Well, I say surprisingly effective. I mean, it's very effective, and that shouldn't really come as any surprise.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Just look at how many people just throw up their sword to just drop dead. Oof.
Your warriors are rallying.
And the enemy generals are going to break mostly due to army losses, rather than me doing actually much damage to them. But, you know, a win's a win, I guess.
Your warriors are rallying.
Stay sharp, men!
So we've captured our gold mine, looking pretty good. Getting some gold coming in. I mean, not much. You know, it's not like it's only 44 a turn, but it's significantly more than we had coming in before, which was nothing. And this gold mine here has got deposits of 3,138. So not a huge amount, but we'll take it because anything is good. They've also got settlements up here and down here. So I mean, more wood would be good, and there's double the wood. So they've got double wood going on. That sounds quite nice. Quest lines. Now, we have picked up a quest, an epic quest, in fact. And this is one of the quests that Paris has to complete the Homeric victory. So we've got the Maiden of Ida. So in Ida of the many springs, the immortal nymph Ononi longed to see Paris again. So if you don't know who Ononi is, basically, when Paris was born, there was a prophecy that he would destroy Troy. I mean, it's pretty on the fucking nose, isn't it? And as such, King Priam sent him away. And basically, I think gave him to like a woodsman. You know the classic story of I'm going to give it to a woodsman, and woodsman's going to take him into the forest, chop his head off, or something like that. It'd be fine. And so the woodsman takes him into the mountains, and he's like, I'm going to chop his head off. But then, of course, you know, babies. And he's like, nah, I'll just leave. It'll be fine. He'll be eaten by a bear or something, which apparently better than just chopping his head off. Anyway, so long story short, turns out that Paris doesn't die. He doesn't get eaten by a bear. There's a few stories about how it happens, because obviously it's, you know, there's a whole bunch of different sort of mythologies going around it. But effectively, Paris survives, and he lives on Mount Ida, unaware that he is a prince. And he meets Ononi, who is a nymph, which would be a Mida goddess, and they get married and live together. Until, of course, the Apple of Discord and the Judgment of Paris happens, which is basically when Zeus, who is trying to keep a lid on a goddess fight between Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite, because there's this apple which was given to, I think it was given to Zeus. and basically said, for the fairest. And of course, all the goddesses went, I think that's for me. And Zeus was like, oh shit, I'm in so much trouble here. So eventually he decided, you know what, I'm going to get a mortal to judge this, because that way, my hands are off it, right? It's not my problem anymore. So he found Paris, and he was like, okay, Paris, here's the apple. Who do you think the fairest of them all is? And turned out he thought Aphrodite was the fairest, so he gave the apple to Aphrodite. That pissed off Hera and Athena, of course. And Aphrodite was then like, okay, basically, I'm going to give you the prettiest girl in the entire world, which, of course, was Helen. And, but, of course, at this point, Paris was married to Oenone. Or was, and then Aphrodite was like, oh, by the way, you're a prince, so you can go down to Troy and live there instead. And she did some magic and stuff, and basically everyone thought he'd just been, you know, to another city for a week or so, and he turned up and everything was fine and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, so Oenone, the nymph, is Paris's ex. So we're going to go back and see her. Long to see Paris again. You're blessed by the gods, for Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, adores you utterly. But while you yearn only to be with her, honor demands that you first settle matters with Oenone of Ida. If you are to live up to your reputation as just and honourable prince, you must first tell your love to no longer wait for you. So we need to go to this province over here. And seeing as it's on our way to get some wood, may as well, you know. You can't say no to that, can you? Okay, so currently Helen is in that province over there. And we can't move her for a few turns, 3 turns. We've got a 3-turn cooldown before we can move her again. Hopefully that's not going to make Paris get sad, but we've got a new rank, so that's something. What can we give you? So you've currently got 60% to missile damage of hero. That's a massive boost, really, if you think about it. That's huge. Massive. Okay, what else do we have? More ammunition for missile units for Hero's Army. That's quite tempting. Grants fatigue. That's quite nice. I'm going to get more ammo because we're going to go pretty hard for the archer. I think we're going to go pretty hard for archers. We're hard for archers. I've said it. And we're also going to get more stone because I think I need more stone to upgrade some stuff. So let's do something like that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yes. Let's do it indeed. So we're going to go and take Pedaeus. Hopefully Hector doesn't take it before we get there. Don't think he will. I think that's going to speed him up. Otherwise, it's going to take ages to meander around. It's going to take ruddy ages. Hello, Priam. What's up, buddy? You want a lot of food. Do you? You've got a lot of food. Why do you need more food? Are you hungry? Are you... What's going on? Okay, I mean, we could trade. Like, you want food... Fair enough. Can I have a military alliance for that? And can I demand wood? No. You're like, no, you can't have wood, you bastard. You're not interested in wood. Can I have 1 wood? All right.
Quite so. Come.
Thank you for your 1 wood.
What do you have for me?
Oh, it's you. You want 2 gold and some bronze for... No! I'm going to kill you at some point. I'm going to get round to it anyway. At some point, we are definitely going to go and kill you. I don't know when. It's going to happen. Don't worry about it. So, he likes our brother by 3. And I think ours has dropped a little bit. Or something. So we need to ensure the following bit. Right, so Priam had a whim and he was like, build an altar to Apollo. And we didn't do it. And now he's like, okay. Go and do a thing. Hang on, not that one. No, go... What's a Megaron? Oh, it's an envoy. That's why it was bringing that. Megaron. Right. The ruler's seat of power, figuratively and literally. Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We could build one of those, but are we going to? I might hold off. I need more stone. That's what I'm building up stone reserves at the moment. That's what I need to do. So we're going to wait. Oh, we can actually get. Oh, yeah. Let's get more stone. That sounds good. Right. And let's go up here. God, I'm not sure I've played Paris normally because he's so irritating. I mean, from all accounts, Paris was a conceited idiot. A narcissistic, conceited idiot who wasn't very good at anything, really. He failed at life and then he brought down an entire city by his own stupid whims. So, why would you ever want to... Anyway. So, show you by 4. Fine. That's okay. Ally attacked. Apparently, hanging off the edge. Hello, Hector of Troy has been viciously assailed. Oh dear. Where? Over there, apparently. I'm not really paying attention. I've got stuff to do. I've got wood to grab. We're going to grab wood. It will, but also I don't think there's any point fighting that one, so we'll just auto-resolve that. That's it. Dodge, dodge, thrust, and chop. I'd like to see him do it with the bow, but, you know, kind of everything. Okay, we're just going to occupy that one.
Fame at last.
Yes, for getting more wood. It's like fame? Sure. Kind of works. Do we want more wood? I think we do. Is there any way we can get more wood? I mean, we could. There's no point upgrading that, is there? Okay, yeah, I think we'll just build something over here. So we'll get some, like, yeah, loggers 10. Let's do that. Uh-oh. They're gonna... No, there's just one guy. It's just one guy. It's fine. I was like, oh no, there's an army there. And it's like, nope, nope. It's just one dude. One bloody dude. Right, we've got another skill point. So let's grab... Ooh, reload time reduction or 20% armor piercing damage. Oh. That sounds quite nice. So let's grab that one. All about the AP. Oh, yes. Okay, so just that one guy shouldn't be a threat. So we should be able to... Oh, not you again. What do you want? Non-aggression pact. No. No, if anything, I should have cancelled my... There's no point cancelling it now because I probably won't have time to actually declare war and you take it. But I have no interest in having a non-aggression pact with you. Frankly, if I ever play Paris ever again, I'll certainly make sure to murder you first. A tidal wave. Uh-oh. Minus 50% to resources. Oh, that's not good. Whereabouts? Oh dear, I hope Helen's alright. She's going to be moist. Super moist. Apparently those guys are dead, and apparently someone's raiding. It's just that one guy. He's raiding me. God, what a dick. What an absolute bastard. I don't know. What are we going to do, eh? Okay, can we get more stone? Yes, we can. I want to get... To be honest, I want that, but that's going to take a lot. That's going to take 1,000 stone. God, that's a lot of stone. Okay, let's upgrade that. Get a little bit more stone there, and a little bit more wood would be... We could go for gold mine. In fact, we've used all of our wood. All we've spent. We have... No, I meant to go... Oh, shit, I meant to go north, didn't I, and get Cianoni, and I forgot because of this jerk. Fuck, I'll have to go back north. Hang on.
Expect a hard march.
Yes, back the way we came because I forgot I had to go and see my ex. She's probably chucked all my shit out in black bags out the front of the house. I mean, you can't really blame her, to be honest. I mean, you know, Paris was almost certainly in the wrong there. I mean, he's always in the wrong, basically. He's just a knob. Okay, Priam loves... Okay, we've got more... Yes, more stone. That's what we needed. And, uh-oh, Paris isn't happy anymore. He's now gloomy. Oh, what a knob. Okay, let's bring him over here so he can see his ex. So we've got the Maiden of Light. So we're an honourable prince, more diplomatic relations with Pelagians, and more faction happiness. And we've also got some XP. So that's quite nice. Okay, Anoni, daughter of Zeus, bids Paris take a ring in memory of their past love. You find Anoni among the trees, garbed in lovely furs, the manner of a forest nymph. Although you remember the tenderness and past embraces, you tell her that your heart now belongs to another. Grief-stricken, the girl is nonetheless grateful for your honourable behaviour. Really? She places a small ring in your hand. Keep it, my prince, in remembrance of the love we both lost. So I can accept the ring. That Helen is disappointed and becomes lonely. Oh dear. But we get more influence faction-wide. Okay. And we also get a ring, which increases Paris' hit points by 25% and reduces his recovery by 1 turn. Ooh. Or we can go, nope, suck a dick. Or don't in this case, and get 3,000 bonus experience points. Ooh. I mean, I just don't want... I don't want Helen to be lonely. Christ. I don't know. It's like The Bachelor, isn't it? Christ, what do you do? I'm going to refuse it. I'm going to refuse it, and then we're going to head back. And we're going to get Helen to go over here to Prosodine, that place. And what do we want? We can only do a feast. So to do a games, I think you need a military building in the province, and to do a prayer, you need a temple. So we can only do a feast, which I think you just need a province capital for? I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right, we need to go there. So we're going to send it. It's going to cost us 300 food, and we're going to send an invitation. And then she immediately teleports over to that settlement where Paris is going to head down, have a little bit of how's your father, and that's going to help my upkeep for some reason. But that's fine. Yeah, good. And we're also going to upgrade our citadel because we've now got enough stone, which is useful. Good old stone. And then we're going to... Oh, he's left. Apparently he's not raiding me anymore. We're going to come down here for a turn. Then we're going to head down, take more woods, and then I'm probably going to declare war on someone else and keep the momentum up. I think that's what I'm going to do. I forgot to do a decree. Notifications aren't quite as like... It doesn't go... No. You can't go forward until you've got a decree in Troy. It's kind of a bit hands-off. Oh, that's right. I need to make sure... Right, we need to check on Daddy, don't we? We need to check our Daddy points. Creatures of Legend. Recruit a mythical unit, which we... Yeah, sure. And... Oh, okay. You don't even need to be in the same... It just needs to be in the same province as Helen, apparently. They can relate at short range. Good to know. And that guy is dead. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, let's skedaddle down here. I'm not sure there's much we can actually recruit. Holy crap, you've got 13 guys. That's unfortunate. Okay, but we've got 4 bloody skill points to spend because we chucked that ring back in Anoni's face. Haha! What do we like? Apollo's Reign. What's that do? Minus 50% reload skill. Plus 100% accuracy. Oh. Minus 50% reload skill. So that makes him slower to shoot, but more accurate. Should that be minus? Okay, we'll get Apollo's Reign. And more range or armor, well, armor piercing. We're going to grab that. Super armor piercing, that's what we're going to do. And what else do we like? What else do we like? Income from raising. Recruit rank of agents could be quite nice. Speed, okay. What's this one? Aries Thunder. That's going to give someone missile and physical resistance reduction. That sounds quite nice. Or reload skill for 2 per... Okay, we can make that 1. So what we can do is we can get that. So that's an ability you can keep on yourself, and it's just going to increase your reload skill. And we can either get the 10% missile damage, or we can reduce that down to 1 rage per second. I think we're going to go for swift. We're going to go for the damage. We're going to go for the damage. We're going to go damage. That's what we're doing. Can we recruit anything here? Just some spear boys. Okay, well we'll recruit the spear boys. That's going to be fine. Let me do a decree. Should we get the gold or should we get happiness? Gold. I love gold. So we'll get some gold. We're actually getting quite a lot of gold. It's quite good. But how's our Priam points? Right, we're still beating Brother, but not as much as I would have liked. We fulfilled our destiny, ensured our population happiness, and supported your brother. Okay, good. That's good, but we need more. I could, to be honest, what I want to do is build a temple to Apollo here, because that'll cheer Daddy up. We could also do a prayer to Apollo. Let's have a quick look. So there's Apollo. So we could actually do a Hecatomb, which would increase our favour by 70. Sure.
Fire and blood will earn divine approval.
And I'm not going to pray to him because it's not that useful. Now, what that's going to do is we have a look at Priam points. Boom! Suck it, Hector. Yes, Daddy loves us the most. I always knew it'd be true that Daddy loved me the most, and it is true. I wonder if we can. Hello. Oh, not you again. Every single bloody turn. What do you want? You want some stone. You'll give me food, and also right. You'll give me food for 7 turns. I'm not going to give you 117 stone a turn. Are you kidding me? That's almost all my stone. I need my stone. Get out of here.
Great progress will be made today.
Trollolol. You also want stone and a military alliance. Oh, you're going to give me stone and a military. Yeah, sure. All right. I'll take your stone and your military alliance. I'll take both of those. And goods. Well, not good because he loves Hector. Right, we've got 20 guys. We get more food, bronze, and gold, which is quite nice. Do we want to come down here?
Step up now.
Oh. Hang on. Hector! I didn't even notice he'd taken that. Well, shit. That was my wood. I wanted that. You big chisel-jawed bastard. I had a plan. Oh. Now I've got no wood. Well, I've got some wood. Not as much wood as I like, but never mind. Happiness here is fine because, of course, Helen's around and she's sorting things out. She's, you know, apparently looking good makes people happy, which is fair enough, I guess. It's, sure. What do we have here? I would like more stone, but we'd need a lot of stone to do that. Could get a little bit more stone. Or we could get... Might just be a flat resource. I mean, we could get more... We don't have any bronze building because I got the harpies. Because I have my harpies. We could actually knock that down and get more bronze, but I could just upgrade this and then get, you know, more building. So I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to get more wood. And I'm also going to declare war on these guys. And I'm not going to let Hector join in. I'm going to do all the hard... Oh, in fact, maybe I do. Do I let him join in? Maybe when he's far away and then maybe go and attack his settlement instead of me? That could work, couldn't it? And then I can take it off him. Or take it off them. It's a plan. What's this? The gods are showing their displeasure with your farmers by sending a mysterious plague that ravages their harvests. Reparations have been made to the gods, but there is no saving the current crop. What should be done with them? So we can harvest early. That's going to minus 5% to all resources. Ow, and happiness. It's going to increase our food by 1,000. Or burnt crops. Minus 20% food per turn from buildings for 4 turns. Ooh. Ow. I mean, we've got quite a stockpile of food. Let's burn the blighted crops. It's only for 4 turns. Let's do that. And those guys are dead. Right, who has the most addy points? I do. Yes, I do. Okay, let's declare war on these jerks. And I'm going to get Troy to join in as well. And Hector. Everyone gets to jump in. Widow their wives. He sounds a bit Emperor Palpatine, to be honest. Palpatine. Execute Order 69. Because it's a sexy number. Good. Okay, good. We're going to just occupy that one. Now, these guys have got, over here, a centaur recruitment building. Yes. Oh, yes. Get some centaurs. That could be quite nice. We've got some more food as well, which is going to help with the fact that, you know, all our crops are dead, apparently. It's a bit of a bugger. Let's knock down Helen's house. I was meant to do that ages ago and forgot. Meant to do that. Oops. Never mind. I need more. If I can get more stone. If I can get a little bit more stone, I could build this one. That's going to give us then lots more stone. It should be really, really good. So let's aim for that. That's going to take one more turn. I could do with another army, but I'm going to hold off for the moment.
Whatever obstacles may stand, we can overcome them together.
Ugh. What do you want? Food? No, because you like me enough already, so I don't need to give you food. Like, if I was trying to, you know, keep you happy, I might give you food, but I don't.
Great progress will be made today.
Well, it's... You know what? Fine, because I'm not going to declare war at this point. If I was going to start the campaign again, I would definitely, like, break that alliance and those treaties and all that kind of stuff, and then kill him afterwards. Brother's greed. Using your riches as evidence, your brother has suggested King Priam that you have become enamored with your... What? What? Oh, you bastard! And value material comforts, but duty and honour. I mean, yes, that's true. Your father, expressing his disappointment, recognised that such base greed is not befitting a ruler of Troy. Your brother succeeding in undermining your efforts to secure the throne. Oh, you bastard! You complete shit. We've got an epic mission, the Queen's Feast. We've Helen to any settlement by organise a feast. My heart bears love for neither nymph nor immortal, for I pledged to fair-haired Helen. During your travels to Ida, you're long to reunite with your queen, and now she suffers just the same. To lift her spirits, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're going to get some bonuses for that and more experience, which sounds quite good. And, oh, Apollo is... Okay, Poseidon, Frenzy Stallion. Apparently he's knocked down Troy's walls, I think. Has he? It says garrison strength still 20. Who knows? What's that button down there? Overview. Garrison details. Nah, still looks fine. Okay, won't worry about that. Let's go and take this settlement over here. Is there anyone there? Is there anyone home? Knock, knock. Nope, no one home. That's mine now. I wonder where their armies are. Wow, look at that hat. Holy shit. That's quite... I mean, you know, you've got to really work to pull that off, haven't you? Big old pink purple hats. Holy shit. And we found some centaurs. And, ooh, Heracles' sword. Mighty blade, a gift from Hermes, the greatest hero, strikes and kills with divine ease. 17 melee damage to hero and 15% morale for mythic, mounted, and chariot units. And you're bold. Good. And we've also got reinforced armor. Holy shit. What the fuck do you have now? Let's have a look at equipment. So you've got Heracles' sword. That's pretty good. We could get the reinforced armor. What's this do? Plus 5% morale. That's more. Is 6 armor better? I feel like buffing. I mean, no. Have the hats. I mean, it's not a giant pink and purple thing, but it's, you know, fine. And that's going to increase your damage, which, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you're not generally going to go up and stab people, but it's, you know, it's fine. It's fine. What do we got? So, +1 recruitment, capacity of hero's army, bit meh, to be honest. A master of ambushes, 15% chance to hero evading ambushes, 26% chance to ambush, and 2% hero. Okay, that's quite nice. So, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm kind of with that. Let's grab that one, and I guess we better move. I mean, we've got the epic thing to get Helen over here anyway, to throw Helen a feast anyway. So we may as well do that now. What's the settlement called? Akaros. Oh, does it not have anything there? It's literally got nothing. Oh, but we could get the so we can get Centaur Plains. That's going to give us some Centaur Scouts. We can upgrade that to the Centaur Pasture. Just going to give us Savage Centaur Warriors. Ooh. And if it was as a capital, we could get the Centaur Training Field, which would give us Centaur Champions, Heavy Cavalry, and Centaur Elders, which are medium cavalry but excellent missile damage. Sounds quite nice. Let's have a look at what these guys like. So they've got 46 melee attack, 32 melee defense, 120 damage, 80 armor. I mean, that's... Yep. And I think that's basically the only cavalry you can get in the game. So having that's pretty good. Should we get that? Let's get that. We might have to wait here. I mean, it doesn't look like there's any armies nearby. I don't know where the armies are. Not big concern they might be heading this way. But because they're at war with Hector, they'll have to hit Pitane first. So at least we'll get some early warning that they're on their way, which is... That works. I'm happy with that. Works for me. Let's... Oh, we're saving our stone, aren't we? We've almost got enough. Next turn we'll have enough. So we're gonna save that. But we could... I want to... Should we get a temple to Apollo? Let's do that. I reckon a temple to Apollo. And when can we do a hecatomb? 2 turns. If we do both, because we'll get the temple in 2 turns, and if we do that as well, I reckon that's going to be enough to get the first rank of Daddy Love. I reckon. Spread influence. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're working on it. It's fine. Don't worry about it, buddy. It's Daddy, have no fear. We're working on it. I also need more food here, don't I? Because that'll... Apparently, Daddy likes to eat. So getting them foodie buildings up can only be a good thing. Ah, talking of enemy armies, there's the enemy army. Does look like it's coming for me, though. Ah, the Pharaoh's gift. Ramesses III, divine ruler of distant Egypt, sends his regards as one powerful ruler to another, and says a priceless statue is a gesture of goodwill. What should you do with such a gift? Trade for gold, trade for stone, keep the gift. What's that going to do? +2 to happiness faction-wide, and +5 influence faction-wide. Only for 4 turns, though. 600 bronze, 250 gold, 500 stone. Let's get the stone. Oh, and a most generous offer. The Lycians would see peace and goodwill flourish between your peoples. Lord Saffron wishes to offer you a gift of precious resources as a token of his friendship. He promises more will soon be forthcoming should you maintain favourable trade relations with Lycia. So we get white granite, so that's reduction, construction time for all main buildings, faction-wide, grants ancillaries, and minus 20% stone construction cost. We can get +6 melee attack for all units, +6 melee defense for all units, and grant ancillaries for iron or relics will give us 20% favour of the gods from rituals in own settlements, grants ancillaries, and 12%. Or sorry, 12 influence faction-wide. If you request granite, because that's minus 20% stone construction cost, right? And we just got a bunch of stone. Recruit 3 Centaur Outriders. Quite tricky, dads. Just FYI. You know, we can't even recruit that many. In fact, I think Centaur Outriders is like the second rank of building, so that's going to be really tricky to do in 10 turns. Dad, just FYI. Fucking Dad. It's making such ridiculous requests. Okay, so let's get the small mountain Apokikia. Good. And and we'll also what else can we do? That's going to cost us a lot more wood, isn't it? Okay. What about wood buildings? Can we do anything there? We got wood down here. No, again, that's going to cost more wood. If we give it a couple of turns, we might be able to do the carpenter here. That would give us big wood bonus. Okay, do I want to go for like this guy? Looks like he might take our. Wait, who are you at war with?
Just what is Troy after?
Oh, you're not at war with Hector. You're a different faction all the same. You're just completely bloody different. Oh, no. Okay, let's go down here. Looks like you're marching. So we'll go down here and grab this one. Take this. I wonder if we can get Helen over here. So, what is it? Yeah, so we can get Helen. So, we still need 1 turn. She's on cooldown. Can't keep inviting her to feasts. She'll lose a girlish figure. Oh, but that was my settlement, you about axe chargers. Ooh, and you've got Centaur scouts as well. Well, I guess we're always on that one. This Hat Boy, he's back. With untwistable hats. I need another army.
I freely admit, I'm not looking forward to this.
That's fair. You want a peace treaty. Alright. It's going to let me go and do, kill that other guy, which I need to kill him. Oh, we've got the Shining City, upgraded building to maximum level. Perfect. And we've got the House of the Gods, because we upgraded, I built an altar to Apollo. And Premium's Benevolence towards your brother has changed by 2, but that's fine, because our cult with Apollo has leveled up. And we also need to recruit 1 agent, which we can do, because we can get a... Oh, that guy's dead. Fair enough. And we've lost because they attacked a settlement, but it's fine. Settlement has been sacked. Paris is not happy. Oh no, because Helen's not there. Never mind. Okay, God, a lot of stuff happened. More importantly, you can see we've got 98 daddy points out of the required 100 to hit the first rank. So what we can do is we can go to the Divine Will. We can go to Old Apollo there. We can go, yes, let's throw a big old whatever the fuck that is. Boost him up to level 2. That's going to give us 20% range for arch units and 15% reload skill for missile units. And also, Daddy's going to be fucking over the moon about that. Look at Daddy points now. Yes, that's right. Honoured by Troy. Who's been honoured by Troy? We have. Maybe it takes a turn to take effect. Never mind. We'll have plenty of Daddy points. Can I reach you? Yes, we can. Right, we're going to go and kill you. Because... You're going to run away. Oh, I knew you'd run away, you little shit. You're going to hide behind a forest.
Settle in for now.
Yeah, we live here now. Right, let's repair this. Oh, I'll tell you what we didn't do. We got a special recruitment built. So, special recruitment, basically, occasionally you'll get a reward for doing stuff, and it'll be like a special unit, so like an upgraded unit that you couldn't normally recruit. So obviously we've got some Trojan nobles here, so we can actually get rid of one of our archer units. So I'm going to get rid of... In fact, let's get rid of one of our militia warband. Don't need that. Recruit you. Now we've got 3 nobles, a little bit more archer power, and I want to get Helen over here to... I think we can get her to Archeros, can't we? Nope, still can't. Oh, Paris is unhappy. He's all moody because he hasn't got his leg over in 30 seconds. Oh, God, just... I'll tell you what, if Pornhub had been in existence, Troy would still be standing. I do need more wood, but... Should we get the Chieftain's Hall? Because then we can... Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. But what we can actually do is recruit little agents. Yes, we can. So we've got priestesses. So follower of Poseidon, follower of Ares, follower of... we can get a follower of Apollo. It's going to cost us 350 for food, though, which is quite expensive. But do I want to do that? Or do I want to hold off? The thing is, I know for a fact that when we hit the first rank of Daddy Power, that we're going to get another general, and that's going to then increase our upkeep, which we've only got 2 food settlements at the moment, and we could really do with like more. So I really want this, but we don't have the wood for it. Not this turn anyway, but I could upgrade this. It's really tempting, but I'm going to hold off. Going to hold off. Oh, but we do have the Centaur building, so we can recruit Centaurs. We can recruit Centaurs. Awesome. Let's get rid of some of these boys because they're garbage. So go on, off you go, back in your box. Let's get some Centaur scouts. It's going to take a turn to recruit, but it's still going to be really worthwhile. And then we can knock out these jerks.
May your visit fulfill both.
Oh God, not you again. You're literally the worst. What do you want? You really want my stone? And I'm going to say no. Get out of here. You've got no stone, that's why. 0 stone.
You're making some large assumptions just by being here.
Rude. What do you want? You want a lot of stone for food, but I want my stone, so... And I've got... Yeah, no. None of that. I mean, if you had, like, gold or something... What's this? The Mayon... Oh, wait. Didn't I just peace out with those guys? Is that a problem? I guess I'll have to enter war on the side of my allies. That might trash my... Oh, we've done that. Good. And we've recruited an agent, which is good. Priam's deliberation, sure. Favoured son, there we go. By your many accomplishments through which you have shown yourself to possess the necessary kingly vigour, your father's trust in your abilities has increased. Now you are reaping the rewards of your achievements, the admiration of all Trojans, and securing the service of one of King Priam's trusted veterans to lead Troy's armies under your command. If you continue along this path, you will keep up your effort. Priam will surely name you his successor. However, do not rest or allow yourself to be distracted, for your father will expect even more from you now you have shown your worth. As a consequence, your worthy deeds have changed. Okay, Apollo's a bit narcs with us, but that's fine. We did... Oh, we've got a... I just did that. I just... never mind. We've got a royal command, successfully carry out any agent actions. Okay, good. So, for getting the requisite 100 daddy points, we have 10% diplomat relations with Trojans. We've got +4 Pelagian influence in this region and happiness in this province as well. So that's basically for Paris. So wherever Paris is, we get a little bit more extra bonus, which is quite nice. Quite good there. And we got... that guy. Polly. I'm going to call him Polly. So Polly is servile. Oh dear, you're born to serve, others to lead. This is a natural way. So he gets more motivation after a battle in which the hero was either reinforcing or being reinforced, and plus motivation after this hero ends a turn and hero is respected by a faction. But he loses motivation if he's in an enemy territory or after fighting a battle where this hero has no reinforcements. Right, so basically he gets really depressed if he's by himself in enemy territory, effectively. So I need the buddy system. Apparently. I need the buddy system. Jesus, this guy's the worst. Literally, right, can we give him anything that's going to keep him happy? Have reinforced armor. What else? What? Right. White granite mosaic. Knock yourself out. What else? Is there anything? Shall we? I'm going to give you the potatoes because that's gonna. Because frankly, you're just going to get very, very grumpy wherever you are at this rate. So he's a fighter. He's a vanquisher. And let's have a look at his skills. So you can get frenzy or assault and battery. He sounds like a total lad. Plus, he's got a lovely. Look at it. He's got the hats. I like it. It's good. Okay, so we can go. So frenzy is. It costs 10 health. How long does it last? Oh, I don't know. That one's a rage cost. So that's 6 per second. I'm gonna take frenzy, and I'm gonna reduce the stamina cost as well. Is that just like a click on off type thing? Does he always get that? Who knows? But that sounds pretty good. So let's do that. Plus 5 to melee attack of the hero. Ooh, that could be quite useful. Plus 6 charge grants fatigue reduction. So there's no charge and stamina. Oh, so that gives more... Maybe more fatigue reduction? I quite like the melee attack. Let's go melee attack. And let's go for... I mean... not too, like, super interested in either of those. What else we got? 15% ammunition for army, which is quite nice. Grants fatigue reduction to all units in army. That could be quite nice. Vanguard deployment for hero. Not sure that's going to be that useful. Terrify. Okay. Target and card. Okay, that's the divine challenge. Plus 60 melee damage of the hero. That sounds quite nice. Let's grab that one. And land and ambush battles or siege and choke point battles. Let's get siege. Plus 6 arm. Let's get the armor piercing. Let's do that. That sounds pretty good. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay, you're going to come down here. We're probably going to want you to help us out, but we can get some of you lads just straight in. We are sort of like using food, so we're going to have to build the small apothecary. I'm going to have to learn how to say these bloody things, but that'll help. 4 turns, and we'll get that. So that works. And we're going to go and attack this settlement, which has got a big garrison, but I think they're mostly light units. So we just need to get... We've got quite a few javelins, though. Quite a few javelins, but I think we'll be okay. So let's get that siege tower up, and then there's another food building down there, which would be, food settlement down there, which would be great to have. And then we can head south onwards towards Sardinis and Hyde, further down into the south, and down here, I think this is this is where the Amazons are. So that's, I think, the ninth faction that will be available. I think it's like a Day 1 DLC, I want to say. I think. Not 100% sure. Right, what else do we have here? Do we have any more bronze? Let's get some more bronze. I don't know. Is our influence not very good here? It is not very good. So resource... Yeah, I think ideally you definitely take out that bloke to start off with. Because he's quite the problem.
I'm surprised you think you have anything to say to me.
You want a peace treaty? You are stuffed, mate. You are stuffed. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say absolutely bloody not. Okay, so we've got the treasure halls. That's a little bit gold. We've got a mission issued. So capture the following regions, and that's apparently going to give us the Seal of Troy, which is a unique item. Happiness increased, diplomatic relations, and 50 growth in local province. Annex of Troad, and some gold. Never a bad thing. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have time in the video to actually go and take the settlement. Although it would be a very, very tough battle because My infantry is not great. To be honest, probably starving them out is the sensible option. That would probably be a sensible thing. But unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Total War Troy is out on the 13th of August on the Epic Game Store, and it's going to be free if you pick it up on the 13th of August. Free game. Can't really argue with that, can you? And so far, it's looking pretty good. But that's where we're going to have to leave it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.